Bang, Neeves Knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife Kara is at work, and today I am doing my first impressions on this knife. I know I did do the unboxing on the live, but it was during the live, so I kind of wanted to talk about my first impressions of this. I'm not going to do any specs or anything boring in this. I'm basically just going to talk about this knife and TwoSun and then a couple other things. Also, I want to say that we are moving our live this Saturday to Sunday. We are going to normally be doing them every Wednesday and every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. But this Saturday, I do have to go out of town just for the day. So we are going to be doing it on Sunday. I'm not 100% if it's going to be a 7:30 because I don't want it to mess anybody else's lives up. So if you just hit the bell, you'll get the notification, and I'll try to post something on Instagram and a post on YouTube. Also, really quick, I want to thank our Patreon members for supporting our content so much. You guys are doing so much for our channel, and we cannot thank you guys enough. And if you would like to support the content of this channel, you can give us a donation through Patreon. You can come on our lives and give donations, or maybe even become a monthly Patreon member and you know, and be a part of monthly giveaways. Hey, you know. But yeah, I'll put a link below if you want to swing in there and at least just take a look around. We love you guys, and thank you everybody else that supports our content through views and likes and comments. We love all you guys. So, the TwoSun TS129. I think that's the name of this one. This is a night morning design, but this thing, you know, TwoSun's build quality is just phenomenal. And at this point, I wouldn't consider this one an old one. To me, anything before 100 is their older models, because, you know, they started off with their lower numbers, the TS14, TS16, 49, you know, all the way up. And now they're up in the 250s or something like that. Not sure, and that's just when this video is going to be posted. You know, in 2 weeks, who knows, because they come out with them quick. But their build quality is just getting better and better and better. Every model just seems like they're just, I mean, it's crazy. Like when I feel this one, this is a 230. I mean, the build quality, this thing doesn't even feel like a TwoSun. This thing is, the build quality is insane. Now, this one, when I first opened it up, it did kind of feel like a TwoSun in a sense. And what I mean is it had that zipper sound, that bzzz, and it doesn't have it anymore because of two reasons. One, I put the KPL on there. Once I put the KPL on there, it completely went away. Aside from that, also, that sound is from, if you look at the machining, the machine lines right here, you can kind of see little lines going up and down on the steel right here. That's from the detent ball riding on that. So that's from this detent ball riding on that when it's opening and closing. But now it's completely gone, and like I said, I just put some KPL on it, and yeah, it went away. But man, the TwoSun, for what you're getting for the money, this thing's M390 titanium, and the carbon fiber is just beautiful. I mean, I can't even, I don't know if I'll be able to show you on here, but I will try to insert a picture because my lighting right here isn't as good. As it is behind me. But it's phenomenal. I haven't really seen any voids or anything. Everything seems really nice. It's so smooth and rounded and contoured. Same thing with this side, and the machining is just phenomenal. This clip, great clip. This is one of the worries I was going to have was on the clip. This clip is awesome. But yeah, just for what I got, like, I know these things can go for up to, you know, probably 150 and under because it's the M390. They do make the 14C28N model, and I would have been just as happy getting that, you know, and I think those ones go for about 70, 80 bucks. And then this one I got for like right around 100 bucks. So for M390, titanium, and carbon fiber, that is a steal. Even if I paid $130, that is a steal. From any other company with this type of build quality, this type of action, this type of grind, we'll get to that in a second. It would have been a $250 knife all day. All day. I mean, without a doubt in my mind, if not more. I mean, the grind on this thing, it's so thin, and it gets down to such a thin grind. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the thickness is behind the edge because I have to save some stuff for my good and bad review. But I'll just tell you right now, this thing is a beast. I've already used it. I've sharpened it. And I wasn't going to sharpen it for this, for the first impressions, but I couldn't help myself. And I'll tell you what, when I put a hair on this thing, I just touch a hair to it. And I can't even whittle a hair, because it just blazes through it. I mean, it's almost impossible for me to whittle a hair with this thing. It's so damn sharp. And the ergos are just, I mean, it's so nice. There is one little spot that, like, from back here, I don't feel it. But when I go up here, when I creep up right here, it's a little bit sharp right there. But not bad. Not bad at all. And all I got to do is just take my hands from here to here, and it goes away. Because this thing's contoured so nice. I almost want to say it's kind of like a Griptilian in a way. Just a little different, you know, obviously, because this is a frame lock, you know, so, and this thing has all these bumps and stuff, but it's similar, and you can choke all the way up to the bottom of the blade. That is just amazing. The jimping, this is the kind of jimping I love. Now, I will say, like, I really only land on it from back here, but when I hit here, but yeah, this blade shape is such a useful blade shape. It's kind of like the same blade shape that you find on the bare knuckle. I'm not doing any size comparisons. I'm just trying to show how, you see how it's kind of similar. And this thing's been sharpened a lot. I've had this thing for quite some time. I've removed a lot of steel from there. So, but yeah, it's very similar to that. Or, you know what else? Like the chef. The Spyderco chef. It's very similar to that. And which a lot of people know, you either love it or hate the Spyderco chef, but you can't discredit the blade shape, how useful it is. I mean, you got a little bit of belly. You got a nice little, it's kind of a flat, and more or less just kind of flows up, but it works the same like a flat. And it makes it to where, because of the shape of it, when you tilt it this way, the tip is just, it's like a precision tip. It just works so good. But yeah, everything about this thing, I am absolutely loving this knife. And I have a whole bunch more TwoSuns on the way. I got some of their newer models on the way, which I'm really, really excited about. Because when I see the difference in, like, say, from the 120s to 220s to you know, to 250s and stuff like that, so on and so forth, it's awesome to see how TwoSun is growing, because even their old models is amazing. Even their old stuff is amazing. So to get to a point, or should I say, as they go along, if you follow TwoSun, you know, like, the differences that they're doing. Like, the beginning ones didn't do a lot of inside milling. This one doesn't have inside milling, which I'm kind of glad it doesn't, because I love the weight of this thing. It's not heavy, because this side's all carbon fiber, but I wouldn't want this thing to be too light. I want that. The grind is so thin and everything. This thing's not heavy at all. This is the perfect weight for this knife. So I'm actually glad they didn't mill it out. But a lot of their TwoSuns, their newer ones, they're milling out. Like even this one right here, this is a little one, and it's all carbon fiber on this side, and they still milled out the titanium. And in the way they're milling their titanium up, they're milling it out to the max. Like as much milling as you can get. Very deep milling too. So it's awesome to see some of the stuff they're doing, and they're getting their detents down, they're getting their pocket clips down. Just the fit and finish like that you wouldn't see on knives that are 5 times the price. They're even adding in the little details that you don't see on knives that are far, far more expensive. And that's the beauty of them. And it gives people, and I don't mean, you know, just these people, because also people that buy expensive knives, right? So if you buy expensive knives, like say $500 knives, right? And you don't want to beat on your $500 knife because that's a lot of money to you. And that's something you want to be prideful about. Well, you can get the same materials with probably better fit and finish from a knife like this and beat on it and use it for what you know it's supposed to be used for, and not be mad about it. Now, for somebody that can't afford the $500 knife, you can spend $60 to $150, even up to $200, depending on which model you get and everything else, but in that range, and get a knife with the same qualities as a knife that's, you know, $500, you know, $300, $350, $450, depending, you know, on what you spend. And the steel and everything else. So it lets you get and feel what people feel and appreciate from those far expensive knives, except for you don't have to spend that type of money. We're in a great time to be into knives, and we're very lucky, and especially for budget knives. I mean, budget knives are insane. And I'm not saying this is a budget knife. By no means is this a budget knife. I'm saying in the budget world, like for the people that buy budget knives, they, you know, like it's a great time to be into knives. And for people that spend, you know, the $150 and under, it's so much better. Like 10 years ago, for $150, you wouldn't get nowhere near the quality you get for $70 today. And that's amazing. And I'm very impressed with what TwoSun's doing. I'm very impressed with this knife. I will be doing a review very soon, because I'm carrying this pretty much every day until I do the review. And I want to give it a real review. And I know I'm a little bit of a TwoSun fanboy. I know that, but I still call out, the bad things when I see it. So make no mistake that there's no way I won't be honest with the review. So I will talk about the good and the bad of this knife here in just a few days, because I am going to get this review out very quickly. And because I'm using it. I've already sharpened it. Basically, I could do it right now, but because I've been using it so much. But I'm going to wait, because I'm going to, I want to test it out a little bit more, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys. I love you guys. Peace.